Welcome everyone, let's sit down and enjoy game 2 of this best out of 3 series, shall we? Hopefully it's gonna be an intense matchup with a lot of back and forth action, just like the first one was. If you guys haven't sit down and watched that one, I would recommend it. Was an interesting matchup with a lot of aggression. But like I was saying, game 2, best out of 3 from that event that has been drawing a lot of attention, the Team Liquid Open, organized by Team Liquid with a lot of the top powerhouses playing Starcraft 2, signing up and trying to play every week. It is a weekly based event, has been going on for several weeks, but it will converge into a big invitational tournament in the end, and the players that get the top placements on each of these weekly tournaments will be the ones that will get the invites to play on that final big event with a juicy, chunky prize, as you might imagine. So I'm pretty sure that all of them are looking forward to that and trying to put their best efforts to get some good results and get one of those top placements on each of these weekly events. For now, we're gonna have another clash, duking it out for our delight, these two Korean pros. Being game 2, you guys already know the players are spawning here on this 3 o'clock position. Again, the red Zerg SlayerSMin, one of the top gamers from Team Slayers, doing quite well. He's been fighting his way on Code A, also helping his team on GSTL, and is recognized by his peers to be one menacing Zerg, one of the top Zergs probably currently playing this game. He's going to be facing against this blue Terran that is spawning on this 9 o'clock position. It's ZeNEXHack, and boy, what can I say about ZeNEXHack? I mean, you guys already seen him playing against Grubby on the series I uploaded before this one, and he is a nasty player, no questions asked. Very aggressive, very cold-blooded. He knows exactly what to do to start killing nerds left and right. Do not stand on his way, he will crush you completely. And well, now it's SlayerSMin's turn to stand on his way, and let's see if he has what it takes to defeat him, because as you guys know, and throwing a couple of spoilers here, we do have SlayerSMin losing 1-0 at the moment, meaning that he's under the gun here in Metalopolis. He needs to win this game, or else Hack will take the final victory 2-0 on the series, and it will be a clear win. Obviously, I don't think that Team Slayers wants that, and I don't think that Min also wants that, as you might imagine. I do know that Team ZeNEX sent a lot of their players, a lot of their gamers to participate on these TL Opens, also a sign that they're committed to show their skill level and maybe fine-tune their players, especially the ones that don't get that much action on these online tournaments. And well, ZeNEXHack has been one of those guys just crushing all the nerds that show up in front of him. And let's see if he has what it takes to take this game, game 2, out of SlayerSMin's hands. If not, we're gonna have an ace match. And yes, I would like to have an ace match. The pressure is all on that third game. It's always awesome to see how the gamers react, but I'm not sure if that's gonna be the case or not. Now, following the game and see what's going on. We do have gas still here by Min. Nasty ninja drone going there and grabbing the gas. Oh, and again, gas still is just going back and forth with that micro, getting that drone to pick up the gas over and over again, just delaying as far as possible and as much as possible the timing for ZeNEXHack to grab that second gas. And meanwhile, on the back, or behind all of this attempts of gas steal, he already has his spawning pool getting the Zergling speed. He went for hatch first, already has some workers there on the back, and there's not much for ZeNEXHack to do besides killing that drone, finally cleared, and now working on his base, getting a command center, so planning ahead to expand fairly soon, and already had the open with 1 racks, now already has a barracks there, and getting a second factory. So factory now getting switched with the racks and finishing the wall off there, 2 factories after the racks, so meaning that he might be going for kind of a heavy on the mech play. Not sure exactly what the plan is, but I can assume that he might try to churn out a lot of Hellions early on to roast some of his opponent's drones and Zerglings. It's a very solid option. Also keep in mind that based on the spawning positions here on Metalopolis, the fact is that they're far away, the rush distance is fairly long, and this might allow to a lot of econ game, to a lot of macro playing and SimCity, and invest more on your economy than on any kind of early aggression. Boy, and Min is going really quick for his third hatch. Risky maneuver. Obviously, Hack spotted it with his SCV that has been going round back and forth here on the south side of Metalopolis, and now he's trying to get a bunker down and try to harass, stopping Min to land his third hatch and start benefiting from the income. This is obviously quite a risky maneuver by Min. I mean, he doesn't have much of an army. He just messed up a bunch of Zerglings to finish off this bunker. It's gonna be salvaged, and that SCV got completely chewed with the Reaper that keeps going back and forth, but still haven't done much. As you can see, as a single kill, forced to run back. He was hoping for that bunker to be finished so he could land in it, and seems like that at the same time we do have on ZeNEXHack side, he's trying to expand, gonna land his orbital command here, and also inside his base we do see that we have the tech lab already working on the infernal pre-igniter, and there's Hellions getting pumped out of this factory that has a reactor, so he's gonna be able to mess up a really sweet number of Hellions soon enough. I'm not sure if he's gonna go for a big Hellion push, try to harass as much as possible and roast all of those Zerglings and drones on the base, or if he might be waiting to get some medivacs and attempt some drops later on. But I do see that this is going to be Hellion harass by the number of Hellions he's been he's been working on, and also because the infernal pre-igniter is almost finished. I think you're going to have some time push here, and here they come. A lot of Hellions advancing. There's no signs of starport. Let me just take a look. No starport for now. More racks incoming. Tech lab getting attached. So seems like that is going to follow up this big aggression with Hellions with a transition into some bio play. I'm not sure if you guys remember on game 1, he went for plenty of harass on the early stages as well, but then transition into a fairly standard build for Terrans, which is basically the siege tanks with Marines. But now we do see that we have a bunch of Hellions landing here on the main base, roasting all of these drones. Oh, they're racking up a lot of kills. This is starting to get really dangerous, really complicated here, and the Hellions just roasted so many units, while at the same time you could follow on the picture-in-picture screen the second wave of Hellions entering that third base. Third base doesn't have much of a defense, so all of these Hellions are just churning and roasting as much of this drone force as possible. This mineral line has been completely vaporized. As you can see, all of the drones got basically evaporated on this base here. The roaches finally were finishing the aggression, but what cost? Let's take a look. Oh, that's painful. He lost 30 workers on this harass. It's a massive hit on the plans from SlayerSMin. I'm not sure exactly how far behind he is on the worker count, but let's take a look. Oh yeah, he's just got a big hit there on his worker production. This multi-pronged attack with Hellions by ZeNEXHack was brilliant. He roasted a lot of those mineral lines, a lot of the drones that have been working there, and he's gonna go now for a second attempt with 3 Hellions landing here with those infernal pre-igniters roasting a lot of drones once more. How many now? Let me take a look. 33. So this second wave of aggression wasn't as solid, or at least it didn't provide as much damage to the mineral lines from SlayerSMin as that first one. But boy, now we do have on the economy, as you might imagine, ZeNEXHack leading the charge, and now he's going to be able to mass up a solid army on the back of that aggression, because he's going to have his opponent busy trying to get his mineral lines solid and healthy once more. Look at the amount of drones that he's making. Also, he's working on his upgrades. Already had some roaches out, as you could see. There's the Baneling Nests, Roach Warren, also Evil Chamber working on the upgrades. But this third base here is still quite unprotected, I would say. There's only 4 roaches there. I mean, they might be able to contain the aggression from some Hellions, but not for long. I think he needs more of a defense, and at the moment he needs to make a decision. Shall he go for a big push and try to mass up and commit all of his resources to massing up a fairly decent army to make that push, or invest more on his economy and try to recover from this big hit? Seems like that SlayerSMin is going for the second option. He's committing to get his drone lines working once more. While we do see that Hack is fine, his worker count is just good, as you can see, his economy is balanced, and he's been massing up a big bio ball backed up by siege tanks, meaning that he might be ready to make a very menacing push soon enough. Let's take a look inside his base. 1 factory, 2 factories. There's the starport with the reactor attached, putting out some medivacs. And also, ooh, nice move here by ZeNEXHack. Notice that he was able to just contaminate this tech lab and delaying the production of the steam pack. So this is going to be slowing down the timing that ZeNEXHack might have to make a push. And here he comes, advancing with his siege tanks and marines, backed up by 2 medivacs, while on SlayerSMin side. What else is he producing? Let's take a look at the armies, at the unit composition. Macro Hatch is trying to increase his production to try to boost it as far as possible so he can stabilize his economy and at the same time get a proper army. Plenty of Banelings showing up here. They're going to try to follow this group. Maybe they're going to be able to connect against that Bioforce. I think that would be ideal, as you might imagine. All of those Marines getting stemmed, going back and forth against that Baneling and Zergling ball, but they're just trying to show off to each other. No contact for now, they're just hanging there. And taking a look at the armies, like I was stating, 19 Banelings, 9 Roaches, 26 Zerglings against 43 Marines with 7 siege tanks. It's a really menacing force here. Beware, because this is not going to be easy for SlayerSMin. He's still falling behind. And notice now that there is a Viking going back and forth, and that Viking is trying to hunt down some overlords. He was supply blocked there by a little bit, and now incoming all the forces from SlayerSMin. No, forced to pull once more. The siege tanks will be able to just make mincemeat all of these Banelings way before they're able to reach contact there. We're gonna have a push here, while at the same time we witness a drop getting prepared there on the main base. As you can see, there's the Marines getting dropped into the main base. They're going to advance straight into this mineral line. This mineral line on the main base has been so hurt on the past, and I guess that the pain is going to continue. Focusing the fire on the Queen, killing the Queen, and now he's completely free there, while we witness a big advance here coming, trying to destroy all of the siege tank line, and the Marines with a lot of Zerglings try to get a nice surround there, chewing down on the Marines. Well defended, and you guys can follow on the picture-in-picture that drop that has been occurring on the main base from SlayerSMin, with this Marines being able to churn out and put out a lot of DPS, a lot of damage and firepower. Destroyed an entire mineral line for SlayerSMin, and boy is he in trouble. I mean, his 3-base play hasn't been stable any time during this game. He needs to keep going back and forth between his 3 bases, try to contain the aggression here, try to stabilize the works so he can benefit from the income, and obviously that might be showing soon enough on his economy. For now he's actually quite balanced, and surprisingly, though he's lower on the worker count, 59 against 66, on his economy he's fairly balanced. Obviously a sign that we do have ZeNEXHack needing to expand to that 3rd base. I think he's trying to plan ahead and prepare that, while at the same time we do see more and more aggression ensuing here. There's not much of the forces from SlayerSMin. Finally some Banelings showing up, and now they're gonna try to splash against all of those Marines, and oh, they just melted away the Marine force. All of that flesh getting completely melted away, chewed down with the Marine acid explosions, and now a big advance, a big push advancing into the main base once more from SlayerSMin, and boy, ZeNEXHack is just completely relentless on his aggression. He keeps sending wave after wave of Marine drops into this main base. There's not much of a worker force here anymore. There's actually not much of a mineral line as well. And taking a look again to what's going on SlayerSMin's bases, as you can see, and comparing again the production, is actually leading the way. Well, basically it's a sign that ZeNEXHack has been standing on 2 bases for much too long. He's been on his 2-base play for too long and draining those 2 mineral lines, and now he needs to expand, which he's doing now at the moment. Let's take a look at the workers lost. Ow, it hurts! SlayerSMin already lost 63 workers. Obviously this will have consequences. I mean, you don't get by with 63 workers lost and just go by with it with not anything happening to your ability to replenish your army or try to expand. At the same time, now we do see more aggression ensuing here from ZeNEXHack, relentless on his assaults into the bases from SlayerSMin. SlayerSMin was answering back, as you could see on the picture-in-picture screen, with an assault of his own on that top base for SlayerSMin. Incoming all the Banelings once more, trying to finish off the bio forces, but there's still the siege tanks here. They were able to resist the aggression. There's still a small group of Marines left. They're gonna try to finish off this hatchery by themselves, while you do see a big blue blob advancing once more, coming down south to reinforce the forces that are stationed here on this 6 o'clock position from ZeNEXHack. I don't predict much of a nice future for this hatchery, as you might imagine. I do see SlayerSMin descending, dripping away with small forces getting trickled into this position, trying to finish off the forces from ZeNEXHack. But I mean, he keeps throwing more and more units here. There's no chance that SlayerSMin will be able to defend this for much longer, especially because his economy will start getting hurt, as you might imagine. For now he's still thriving, he still has mineral lines, but we do have ZeNEXHack try to get this station position here, containing the advancement from his opponent. Let's take a look here. He has this mineral line rolling once more, far away from being exhausted, obviously saturated, I'm sorry. And we do have more and more units incoming, now with infestors trying to back up the forces that keep getting thrown on this position with infested Terrans, focusing the fire on those tanks. Finally, the tank line has been destroyed. There's still some bioforces, not that much. I think this is doable for SlayerSMin to defend. All of the units got finally able to snipe that hatchery, so the third base by Min is bye-bye with those broodlings that come out of the hatchery, the destroyed hatchery, finishing off the forces there. And again, I think it's like the third or fourth time we have a big drop once more on the main base from SlayerSMin. Notice the focus fire on that spawning pool. Try to deny any Zergling production to SlayerSMin. ZeNEXHack being relentless about this, running away once more, but meanwhile his forces are just trying to gather and muster up, try to get a nice solid forward position on this middle area here close to the ZeNEXHack watchtower, while we do see SlayerSMin going for a desperate attempt, trying to grab his rich mineral field right in front, right in the eyes of ZeNEXHack's forces. Nice fungal growth there, grinding down all of that marine force, but the medivacs are still keeping them alive and kicking. I was taking a look at that infestor force. I don't think there's as many of them, but boy am I wrong, there's still 11 infestors, so pretty impressive there. Getting the spawning pool rebuilt once more, trying to take a look where the infestation pit here, there it is actually transitioning into a very heavy infestor play. 12 infestors with 33 Zerglings against 39 Marines, 13 medivacs and 9 siege tanks. Boy, that's a lot. With what's remaining of the forces from SlayerSMin getting a position here on the north, I think he's gonna try some kind of guerrilla assault into this third base from ZeNEXHack. ZeNEXHack economy is still thriving, still going. He spent way too long on that 2-base play, but seems like he was able to get out of it. While we do have SlayerSMin going for the 4th base, this time on the 6 o'clock position, cancelling and just getting rid of that rich mineral position that was very risky and very hard to defend. And we do witness the mech forces backed up by a lot of bio from ZeNEXHack advanced. 0-0 on the upgrades. The Marines are 1-1 against the forces from SlayerSMin. Here he comes, a lot of infestors backed up by Zerglings, some roaches. Nice fungal growth with the Zerglings chewing down on all of the forces. Here comes the roaches, focusing all of that acid spew on the siege tanks, trying to finish them off before they destroy the infestor force. And now nice fungal growth, beautiful fungal growth action going through all of that bioforce, but those medivacs are insisting on keeping those Marines alive. That was very close for this ones, but they were still alive and still able to survive. Once again forced to cancel his 4th base. There's no chance, and on the back of this aggression by ZeNEXHack, he's expanding to the rich mineral field. So basically he now has his game stabilized on his side of the map, and he's just trying to expand to that 4th base, keep his economy rolling with, again, SlayerSMin trying to advance to the rich mineral field. This is clearly a desperate move in my modest opinion, though on the supply count, as you can see, there's a gap, obviously around 40, it is a big gap, but nothing unsurmountable as you might imagine. And you're gonna have another push here with SlayerSMin, with the fungal growth and the Zerglings, roaches helping out, trying to chew down the bioforces. So many fungal growth there, whoa, I can hardly see the units. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna cover the bioforces there with the HP bars, because there's way too many flying units clumped up. I can't even see anything properly, and at the same time, Hack was able once more to resist the aggression. He already has his rich mineral field rolling, and whoa, SlayerSMin just, he's just stating the obvious, I guess. Forced to GG out of this match. His attempt to grab a 4th was denied constantly. I think he attempted to grab the 4th like 3 times, twice on the rich mineral field and 1 on this 6 o'clock position, but it was way too much. The pressure that ZeNEXHack was able to apply on him was completely irresistible. He kept dropping back and forth on the 3rd, on the main base, and basically SlayerSMin didn't have much time to react or to respond. Basically he was trying to defend most of the game, didn't harass that much onto ZeNEXHack's bases, and the result was that ZeNEXHack, after being stuck on a 2-base play for a very long time, was able to expand to this 3rd here, and then had this rich mineral field in which he already had a lot of workers starting to roll, so he was fine. His production was just healthy and pumping out a lot of units. Also an interesting decision making here by SlayerSMin. There was no signs of Mutalisk play this time, and we did saw a lot of Mutalisk play on game 1. Still, the result was the same. He got defeated, meaning that ZeNEXHack was able to win the series 2-0, and he continues beasting out units and beasting out players out of this tournament. There's no chance the nerds are gonna have to gather up to make an alliance to just put this guy away. Seriously, who's gonna be able to stop him on the TL Open? Congrats to ZeNEXHack. I hope you guys enjoyed this matchup. See y'all later.